All right, time to do it.
Fucking, I got the matching shirt and hat situation on accident. I look like a real dipshit. Though if you
Um,
keep that mustache, you're gonna look like more of a dipshit than me, so that's good.
oh, avatars. No way. Can I just cut myself out? Oh, I hate that.
Ooh, I don't like that.
That was really unsettling. Anyways, um, welcome, welcome to Show and Tell with Tone and Tone. I am Tone,
I'm Tone.
and this is the only Zoom podcast that is still going, even though everybody has given up on COVID. Do you still think? How are you still feeling about COVID? You wear your mask everywhere? Well, yeah, you have to. You have a baby.
COVID. What do you? I'm not familiar with what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
It's
It's okay.
COVID.
It was 2 years ago. That's so 2 years ago.
Oh, that silly thing in New York that only affected March 2020.
Dude, doesn't that feel like a lifetime ago? Like when it all kicked
Mhm.
off?
No, just in case someone stumbles upon this video and doesn't know that I do a bit where I pretend I don't believe in COVID. I mean, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better. I think that you know, COVID, like bad COVID opinions, I think are like an exaggerated minority of loud people. Like
Yeah.
I think most people are vaccinated. I think that most people have like a good understanding and a good amount of information about it. I think people that want and are able to be vaccinated for the most part are. I'm feeling good and I'm feeling better. I'll say this. I I have a job interview at a university um tomorrow, well,
Ooh.
Tuesday, and they emailed me a week ago when they were scheduling the interview, the visit, and they said we our mask policy on campus has expired. Um, do you have any reservations about that? Let us know, and we'll have our people wear a mask around you. And I
And you're
said, no, that's fine. I'm
and
happy
you're
to
like,
follow.
whatever you need to hear to give me this job, I will
Well, no,
do.
not even that. I said truthfully, I'll probably wear mine out of a force of habit, but like, I
Hmm.
don't know. My perspective on it has always been to just sort of do what I'm told, and I believe that like
That's the way I look at it. There's a
I
lot
believe
smarter
that like
people out
people
there.
who are smarter than me made like really informed decisions about what to do. So like at Detroit Mercy, the mask policy extended through the whole school year.
Hmm.
So the school year's over now, but like what's today? Well, we don't want to say
Yeah,
what day
yeah.
it is.
We can't. We. Can,
You
it's
know,
it's a day.
when I was on campus somewhere between 1 and 7 days ago, I was wearing an N95.
Hmm.
And next week, somewhere between 1 and 7 days from now, I will not be wearing an N95 on a different campus. And I think that,
Mm.
like, I don't think it's a contradiction for me to
Hmm.
say, I'm just doing what the adults say, you
Yeah.
know? I
So,
think that's fair. I don't think that, like, that makes me a sheep. I don't think people who
you're a
disagree with
sheeple.
it are like buttholes. I think that like people should just kind of do what they're supposed to be doing. And if like you feel differently than what the rules say, you should like it's okay to not want to follow the rules, but you have to like respect
Deal
them.
with the
You know what I
consequences.
mean? Like if like I might go see a movie on Tuesday night after my interview.
Hmm.
And if I go to the movie theater and they say, hey, you have to wear a mask unless you're eating popcorn, which like technically doesn't make sense.
Right.
But if they say that, my two options are I can say, okay, I will do that.
Or
Or I can
no,
say,
and go.
I think that's stupid. It doesn't make sense and I'm not going to do it. But then my option is I can follow the rules and go see a movie, or I can think the rules are stupid and not go see a movie. What I can't do is yell at the 19-year-old working at the AMC. That's not an option.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So then, how do you feel that your son is anti-vax?
He's very pro-vax, and this is funny, dude. we his pediatrician
Yeah.
is like aggressively non-committal about like various medical issues. Like they're very sensitive to parent choice.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a
Oh,
weird,
oh,
like
oh, oh,
not
okay.
in a weird way.
Okay.
Like it's sort of an annoying, like for Christmas, we were like, what do you guys think we should do with our parents? And they were like, you can
You're,
do whatever you
you're,
feel is best.
you're like,
And
no,
we were
we're
like,
asking you, the
yeah, and we
doctor.
were like, hey, we don't want to be the assholes to our parents. Can you just tell us the answer? And they were like, we think you should do what you're comfortable with.
What the
You know,
fuck?
so they're like that, which again, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
But the last time we were in there, they had just announced that infant testing or infant vaccine was going into testing.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, so what are you feeling about infant testing? Are you excited? Are you guys going to promote that? And before I could finish that question, the doctor was like, yeah, we're going to tell every family with a baby that they should absolutely get the vaccine for their baby. And I
Oh,
was like,
really?
oh, word, that they're saying that means it's like legit,
Oh, shit. Oh,
you
okay.
know? So when it's ready, we'll be the first people in line
All
that
right,
day.
good. So Ben is pro-vax.
Ben is definitely pro-vax.
All
He's
right.
already, I don't remember which
Good to
ones,
know.
but I mean, he's already gotten, you
His
know,
Hep C. He's
they
got
get
his
a couple
tetanus.
shots in the hospital, and then they get a couple shots, I think at 3 months.
Is Ben
And I
three
think
months yet? How? I don't even.
he'll be 6 months in May.
Oh my god! Wow, time flies.
You know,
All right.
I know. And you know it's funny about Ben, man. He's starting to like he's almost sleeping all night,
Mm-hmm.
which is great, obviously. But it's also a bummer because I'm gonna forever remember the like, especially like November and December,
Mm-hmm.
having these like really special moments where it would just be him and I up in the middle of the night. And what we would do is watch random shit on YouTube.
You too. Oh my dog, the king of the segue. Well,
Not my first episode.
with that being said, let's roll the intro. All right. Beautiful. What a great segue. So you said in the last Patreon episode you have a lot before we went on our tirade.
No comment. Don't bring it up again. We'll go off. We can't do two episodes on soup and hot dogs.
We can't. But so you said you had a couple of stupid answers and then a serious answer. I would love to hear your stupid answers first because I could talk 3 hours about all the.
Well, you know what? Let me just rip through mine, and then you can have the rest of the episode.
Okay. What a team we have. What a
yeah.
This
This is the Tone Show. That's okay. I think our only fan, Desi.
Oh my God, our only fan.
Where is she? What is she doing?
Oh, Desi.
She's really in the zone.
Speaking of
Anyway.
that, before you hop in, when are you getting Poppy?
May 10th.
Oh, okay. So now
we'll do a special episode.
That'll be another car talk.
Well, no, I'm full of shit. May 9th.
Oh, I mean that's pretty.
We're taking her to the vet on May 10th for her like checkup because she's got it. We got to get her. We have to get her fixed, kind of like right away. So that's gonna be like a cool couple of weeks. Like, hey, we know you love living with your family that you've lived with your whole life. Consider living with us instead. We give you surgery.
Let's tear you from your family and put you through a traumatizing surgery.
Hey, not all her family. She's got some family in our house.
Oh,
fans. I don't know if we've talked about it on air, but me and DJ Miss Rachel and Little Beans are getting a new dog. Yeah, I think we talked about it during the Severance episode. No, we talked about it during the first Patreon episode in the car.
Oh yeah. Because I was like, these shows.
No, you were confused because it was a Patreon episode, not a mainline episode.
Yeah.
But we're getting Desi's mom. We're bringing her home. That's gonna be lit. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so fun to like be in the car driving out to Indiana, get poppy, just her and I in the whip for like 3 hours, just
Yeah.
grinding,
Oh,
talking, probably listening to pods,
yeah.
listening to audio podcasts.
Dude, speaking of that, this is again off topic, but I got an email from Anchor that was saying something about video podcasts. So this show will be coming to podcast platforms soon. Maybe for season 2 we'll already be on it.
Great.
But who knows? Anyways,
remember, my stipulation for doing this whole show was that I would only do it if it was a video podcast that you can listen. That it was an audio podcast
that you could also watch, which I think is what it has.
Yeah, well, and that's really the ultimate segue into what the 3 things that I'm bringing to show and tell today.
Yes, bring them.
So
okay,
can I dive into it?
Yes, please.
So my first YouTube channel that I'm bringing to show and tell, I'm saying it's a bad answer because I do not watch it on YouTube. Conveniently, for the purposes of show and tell with Tone and Tone, they put their audio podcast that you can watch on YouTube, but it is a podcast that I listen to in my headphones off of my cell phone when I am walking the dog.
Gotcha.
And the show / channel is called Keeping Records. I have it like pulled up over here.
Mm-hmm. I have my my YouTube open up. And so you said it's called Keeping Records?
Yeah, it's called Keeping Records, and it is a comedy podcast, very similar to this show in the sense that they just like riff and bullshit. It's hosted by
they're a headgum show.
Yeah.
That's Jake. That's Jake and Amir's podcast network.
I did not know that,
dude. Because I've seen the guy. I don't know.
Caleb Heron and Shelby Wolstein are the 2 hosts,
dude.
And the show is really funny. I got into it kind of on a chance. There's like a pop culture writer that I follow on Twitter who has like good opinions about movies and music. Mm-hmm. Her name is Kate Delaney, and you might remember her actually, Tone, because she had her little viral moment in like, I don't know, 2017, 2018. She put some videos on Twitter, and it was like POV, you are the producer in the studio. And then she would take like Jay-Z songs where he says shit like, turn me up, turn mic down, guru, check, he like talking
and
to she would be like making like silly faces reacting to it. And she made a bunch of those for a bunch of different rappers. And that was how I started following her. And I just kept following her because she was funny and she would like say insightful things about like music or whatever. So so she tweeted that she was on this show, Keeping Records. And I thought, you know what? I like have a dog. So I'm like on a walk stuff for like 3.5 hours a day, divided up into small chunks,
I was like
20 to 50-minute chunks.
I was like, damn.
But I'm like, I'll listen to this podcast. What do I care? And I ended up getting really into it. Like at first I was like, okay, I'll listen to episodes where they have guests who I know. And then, I kind of churned through that. I listened to a few episodes where there was no guest. I churned through that. And then I just kind of started listening to it every week. And I'm really into it. So let me tell you the premise.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I've already seen these people, like I've seen pictures of them through Jake and Amir, and I follow the podcast network. So I see the thumbnails, and so that's even funny. So yes, tell me, because I might pick up another podcast. That's just what I need.
It is very funny. So the deal is with Keeping Records, and I'm trying to find I found enough. So in 1977, NASA launched into space like a pod, and on the pod there were 2 vinyl records made of gold. So technically they weren't vinyl. They were literally made of gold. They were
Yeah.
not made of vinyl, but you know, like put the needle on it and shit.
Yeah.
And the theory behind it was that that they wanted to send it out to space with the hopes that intelligent life could retrieve it
Mm.
and like learn about our culture on Earth. So the whole point of it was to like load up these records with data and sound bites and information about life on Earth that was representative of culture in 1977.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's just a fact of history. Their podcast, what they do is they ask guests to add things. What would you add to the golden record?
Mm.
And like what would you remove from the golden record? And they have
Do they? So they have a list of what is all on the golden record.
I'm sure they do somewhere. Like I said, I
It's a
don't
comedy
listen.
podcast, so there's probably no hard and fast structure.
Yeah, it's pretty loose, but I want to find, I should have done my homework for this. They have like categories.
One of the so while you're looking to fill the space, I have Keeping Records pulled up on YouTube, and one of the very first clips is, are our listeners tops or bottom? So
yeah, the host Caleb, and I mean this is like he's talks about this in the show, so I don't like feel bad or weird saying this.
Mhm.
He's like aggressively gay.
No, he from the few clips that I've seen,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
He's just like super gay. And they had actually, this might be the first episode you check out. He and Shelby did like a non sequitur where they talked about what Batman villains would be tops or bottoms. And he went on a really, really long tangent about whether or not the Joker would be a top, and he just like kept doing the like voice, like, top me, Batman. Don't you want to know how I got these scars, Batman? It's because I'm a top.
I'm okay. Well, that already sold me.
Yeah, it's. I'll send you the episode.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
okay.
I was already sold. I was already curious, and now I'm sold.
Yeah. So they have, kind of like our show, they have loose categories of stuff. So like they last week their episode Lily Sullivan was the guest.
Oh, and Lily Sullivan's fucking
Lily
hilarious.
Sullivan is on Righteous Gemstones, and she was the right.
She's a podcast like fucking. I've listened to her on so many podcasts. She's
so funny. She's
so
funny. I know her from that show on Netflix, I Think You Should Leave. She's in a few episodes of that, and she also wrote for it. But she's so funny. So like the things that she added to the golden record, the first category was audio visual, and she added this like ridiculous commercial for like an Italian cheese, and it had like a stupid song. So audio visual is an example of a category. She added a beverage, that's a category. And then experience is like one of the big categories. And Lily's experience, since you asked, is the feeling of when someone tells you a huge piece of gossip and you know you're going to talk about it together for 5 hours straight.
That's a good one.
Which is like a good experience. The aliens should know that.
Damn. Okay.
And then here's an example. So then they would add to the record, and then they take something that they delete from the record, and she deleted when people cut their toenails anywhere besides the bathroom.
I'm one of those people.
Well, you'd be deleted from the record. So, and I remember I'm going to try to scroll.
Oh, okay. So it's not, they're not deleting stuff off the existing record. They're saying things that they don't want aliens to know about culture.
Well,
right now.
they usually like add 4 and remove 1.
Okay, but but that's what they're saying. Like they're removing stuff that they don't want aliens to pick up.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes more sense. Okay, I'm like, I feel like if they're going off the albums that are already up there, that's a short show.
Yeah, no. It's all they don't. I don't think it relates to the actual
Yeah. Okay.
the real golden records. So okay, here's another one. Since you're a big podcaster, that means you know who Lauren Lapkus is.
I fucking I love Lauren Lapkus. Before we even get into this, there's a movie on Netflix, her and David Spade, one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. Lauren Lapkus is a fucking genius.
Love it.
Oh my god, she kills me. So okay, Lauren
See,
Lapkus.
I listened to and this was a long time ago, but I don't even remember what it was. But I listened to her as a guest on a podcast about Star Wars, and she said some mean shit about my favorite Star Wars video
So
game.
you're like, nah.
So I have a little chip on my shoulders for Lauren Lapkus. But so so she added a sensation, the sensation of peeing in the shower for the first time.
Oh my god. What a good
She added that to the golden record. She added the multi-sensory experience of eating half-baked cookies while high.
Shit.
And
So if
she,
if I could tweak hers, I would put peeing in the pool. I think
yeah, well, they talked about that in the episode.
I think that'll probably be the first one I check out. Lauren.
Now here's one. So the first episode I listened to, the Katie Delaney episode, she added a song, that's a category, Pop That by French Montana.
Oh
She
my
thought that
God, what a
the
good
aliens
one.
would like, yeah, she thought that the aliens would enjoy like shaking their ass. And images, that's a category, paparazzi photos, and specifically the photo of Nicole Kidman leaving the divorce trial between her and Tom Cruise.
I don't know what that is, but Nicole Kidman divorce.
Well, hold on, man. I'm not gonna leave you. You have fucking sharing disabled.
What?
I was gonna share it.
Here.
Sharing
Just
disabled.
just share it.
Like,
Sorry. Hit it.
You're like a beehole.
I forget
this picture.
I forget that you're on a computer. I have okay, so I have seen that picture.
Yeah, you know that picture.
Yeah.
So anyway, so golden record or keeping records. I always get it wrong. The show is called Keeping Records. It's a audio podcast that you can watch. I do not watch it, but technically they have a YouTube channel, so you can check it out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
And you know what? I talked about that for a long time, so maybe I'm gonna throw it over to you, and maybe we can ping pong.
Nah. You've been going too long, so you got and I think you ruined it for me when you said I have 3. So now I have to know the other 2. And I'll pick up the next episode. That will give me time to actually do my homework and narrow it
love
down.
All right. So I will say an actual legitimate YouTube channel that I follow. I don't watch it that much. I used to more than I do now. But so are you familiar with the video game Super Mario Maker?
Is that the one with the blue guy that runs around? No, that's never mind.
Are you making fun of me?
Yes, I know.
I
know what fucking Super Mario Maker is. We talk about video games. So
I don't know. Maybe played Super Mario Maker.
We talk about video games more than anything.
Yeah, but you know what we've never talked about? Super Mario Maker.
I've actually never played it because I didn't.
I kind of don't like it, and I'll explain to you why.
Okay,
I'm bad at it.
Let's talk about that one off air because
I have a lot of feelings related. About that. It's related.
Okay.
The reason I didn't like it is because I'm not super creative when it comes to building levels, and I'm very bad at the kinds of levels that like the Super Mario Maker community puts up. But when that game came out in 2018, I got it. I played it a lot, and then I ran out of fun. So
that's why I feel like that's what's been keeping me from buying it because I'm like, I don't have those kind of Twitch reflexes, and I don't even think I would try and make a level.
I'll say this. And this is gonna sound like some sad only child shit, but like the single player, like the campaign mode, because you have to like play through some levels that Nintendo made to like unlock all the parts. You get the retail price value out of the campaign. I mean, I like
I mean, it's a Super Mario game, of course.
hated the online. I hated the community component. I kind of enjoyed building levels, but I was shitty at it. I
Hmm.
got my money's worth just playing the like campaign.
Gotcha.
Anyway, I love Mario and I love the concept of Super Mario Maker, but I'm shitty at it.
Hmm.
And there were these two YouTubers because I remember like I couldn't beat a story mission, so I like looked up and I found these two YouTubers. One of them, his name was like Ryu or something, and he had like a beard, and he was like sort of this like disaffected, jaded. He's probably like our age, somewhere between my age and your age, because we're definitely not the same age.
Right.
And like he was really good, but like kind of a prick. Like and
He was
I mean, listen,
smug.
you're like listening to our podcast, so you already know this doesn't bother me, but like he would just like be swearing all the time. And like, he would like play a user design level and be like, this is fucking dumb. This sucks. This is shit.
Ah. Oh, okay.
Like Tej_magic_69 should fucking quit playing. I just like bad vibes.
Yeah.
The other dude that I found is this guy called DGR. And I don't know what that stands for. I don't know what it means. But since the original Super Mario Maker release on Wii U, he has been heavy in playing Super Mario Maker. So like he's really good at it. Which screen am I sharing?
I see your YouTube screen.
Okay, I'm like, are we looking at Nicole Kidman again? Because I got the dual monitor
And that's funny
situation.
because I have the same thing loaded up, so I'm looking at it on my screen too.
So he does speed runs, which I don't care about. But one thing that he does is like go play uncleared levels that nobody else has ever beaten,
Hmm.
and he plays really hard levels. I mean, he just it's playthroughs. Like he just
Yeah.
does streams of him playing various weird created levels in Super Mario. But
Hard as fuck levels that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's funny that you said hard as fuck levels, because the secret reason I like DGR is that his channel is like aggressively safe for work. Like he has like, see, I don't know. This is so weird that we keep coming back to this, but he has like youth pastor vibes. Like he'll like if he's like fucking up a part in a level, he'll fall and die and be like,
dang it,
son of a biscuit muffin. He just has these like sort of like Will Ferrell and Elf. He just has these like really wholesome like swears. And it's like really fun and really lighthearted. And I like this channel. I haven't really been that into it recently because I have like
fallen off Mario Maker.
I've been off. Well, no, because I hung with it during Mario Maker, but like I've been kind of doing other shit on YouTube recently, which I'm going to talk about for my third thing.
Let's hit it.
But I like DGR because it's just this sort of like
there is something to playthroughs, and
it's like wholesome, and it's like the point of watching him for me is like 50% it's fun to see these levels, but the other 50% is this guy, excuse me, is like a reminder that video gaming is supposed to be like this really fun activity.
Yeah.
And it's really fun to watch. I really enjoy him. He's like very silly. He like I said about the swearing, he laughs at himself when he makes mistakes. And not to overanalyze it, but like what he demonstrates, what I learned from his videos or his streams or whatever, is like he's like enacting the learning process through trial and error. And instead of getting mad or saying that the person that designed the level is like a dipshit,
he's having fun
like,
with it.
Okay, I gained information that I can use the next time I try. And sure enough, he gets a little farther every time. So I don't know. I don't want to overanalyze it, but like in DGR's channel playing Mario Maker, we have this like visualization of how learning how to write works. That's my I'll in this paper I will. You know what I mean?
That is writing professor at its that is English professor. The curtain is blue, but the blue signifies the deep sadness. Like, no, dog, that's just a blue curtain. No,
I
man.
have to do I have to do something to justify the amount of that guy's channel I watch, right?
Hey, you're watching it. That's enough. You're enjoying it. That's enough. But I'm with you. Um, I have a couple of channels like that, but I'll hold off until next episode. So okay, so what's that third one? What's your
Okay, so
trash?
my
What's
third
your
one, this is my
trash?
shittiest answer. This is my shittiest answer. I
Okay.
had to cheat with the podcast. I had DGR. My shitty answer is I'm not going to talk about specific channels. I'm going to talk about my viewing habits.
Okay.
Okay. In the Patreon episode, I talked about how I get into weird Wikipedia wormholes, but on YouTube related videos. And and I'm going to talk about a few different kinds. One, I'll only speak on very briefly, which is that I know that in popular culture and viral videos, we have moved past pimple content. I have not.
Oh,
I'm in the blackhead
you're
removal, earwax
you're still in
extraction.
that pocket.
I'm on that, dude.
Oh,
I'm
that
on that.
grosses me
Do you want
out.
to hear something hilarious?
Yeah, that
This is
grosses me
not on
out so
YouTube,
much.
but on Instagram. You know how you can follow a hashtag?
Yeah. Oh, you just
I only follow two hashtags.
and
I
it's
follow hashtag Red Faction, the video game,
what? The one where you
and
can
I
blow
follow
everything up?
hashtag Blackhead Removal.
Jesus. The one where is Red Faction the one where it has like the really good like destruction?
Yeah, you can blow up
Yeah.
everything in the game.
That's so fucking what the fuck?
Supposedly there's talks that they're gonna make a new one, and I want to be the first person to find out. Okay, so I'm still very
that.
heavy.
I love
I'm
you
I'm
for
still
that.
very 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 heavy in the pimple videos.
So gross.
I recently have been watching, and I've been watching a lot of content by the channel Triple Jump, which is a video game channel. And they have a series of videos called Playing Every Launch Title. And they've done it for like every console.
Triple
So, like
jump.
yesterday, I watched a 16-minute video called Playing Every GameCube Launch Title.
Dude.
They like talk about the console, they talk about the games, they show screenshots and shit. On Wednesday, I watched their
Every
20-minute
game.
video playing every Nintendo DS launch game.
I do like a lot of those, and I'm gonna talk about some of my video game channels, but I do like those like very first game that came out on this system, and I'm like, oh yeah,
Yes,
I don't know.
love it. Okay, so I've been into that recently. Last summer, while I was still writing my dissertation, when I would be up at like 4 o'clock in the morning writing chapters, I would take study breaks. This was another, I haven't been on this as much recently, but I was watching, and I don't remember what the channel was called, but it was this dude who made content about Nintendo and like just weird,
I
top
probably I probably know who it.
like top 20 lists of weird stuff. And the one that I remember the most vividly was like the most bizarre peripherals for the Nintendo DS.
Okay. Like what?
Like the Guitar Hero controller that you plug into the Game Boy
I
Advance
remember
slot.
that
That was, Guitar Hero
those
on tour. I remember that. I loved
those
that game.
buttons.
It
Wow.
came with a pick that was a stylus.
Oh shit. That's fucking
um
sick.
I'm trying to think. So I
Dude,
was so I was
I
watching like
I know this is
different.
an unpopular opinion for like list articles, especially like the whole BuzzFeed shit. Like people hate
Mhm.
lists. I love
I love lists.
list videos, even list
I'm,
articles.
I'm obsessed with
I
lists.
love
I'll make a
them.
list about anything. I don't give a shit. I'll make a list
Top
about
10
anything.
lists.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Hey, I'm gonna add that to the um
show and tell lists.
yeah, to the
Love it.
gosh, I
I
can't
know.
talk. But
I
yes,
know.
you know what I'm talking
I know what you're saying. So I was really heavy into like video game content last summer. I watched a lot of like, this is another one, and I do this. I got really into it last summer, but I've sustained. I'll put on like long play videos of old Game Boy games I used to have when I was a kid, and like part of why I'm watching it is to like for the nostalgia trip, but I'll put that on as like background music because like Game Boy games have sick soundtracks.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, I love that. That's kind of what I. That's kind of what I do too.
And then maybe I'm gonna throw out. I'll throw out one more. Um,
one more channel or one more habit.
Well, okay, this is a channel / habit. It's kind of both.
Okay.
So fans of the pod know that I am terrified of flying.
Dude, I literally was just telling somebody about what you do, and they're like, "What is wrong with that?"
Yeah, okay, then that guy knows what I'm talking about.
Jeez.
So like sometimes I have this like morbid curiosity to like watch plane crash and turbulence and like history videos about famous air disasters. I don't know why I do it. It's so deeply upsetting. But
that's the worst part.
Hit like documentaries, passenger cell phone footage, but like also movie scenes. Like I've watched the scene from the Denzel Washington movie Flight where the plane crashes. I've probably seen that YouTube video more than like, I don't know. I've been to church.
More than you've seen Twister?
No, I haven't done anything more than I've seen Twister.
How many times have you seen Twister? I know you have.
Fuck, dude. I'll do a whole report on it next episode.
All right. In this next list, I will.
What I can tell you now, what I can tell you at this exact moment is how many times I've watched it this year, and I think you're going to be surprised by the number. So guess.
Okay, so we are, not to timestamp this, but we are a couple of months in, namely 4.
I mean, it's almost May. Let's just say that it's almost May.
Okay. Yes. So let me see. We're 4 months. I would say you've watched. I want to say 13 times. Oh my God! You just laughed at me. That means I'm nowhere near it.
I have watched Twister exactly 2 times this calendar year.
Oh, okay.
I've been busy. I will say this.
Well, I mean, you also, you
I will say this.
Had a child.
The first time I watched Twister this year was January 1st. The last time I watched Twister last year was December 31st. So I've kind of seen it 3 times this year.
Wait, did you watch it back to front, or did you watch, or did you start it on the 31st and run it into the new year? Like you didn't have the ball.
No, I mean I watched it like the morning of, and then I did watch it like right at I mean Rachel stayed up for the the ball drop. When she went to bed, I put Twister on.
You have one of those tweets where it's like, if you play Twister at exactly this time,
I'm gonna do one this year. So anyway, so I like to watch the airplane disaster videos as some kind of weird exposure therapy. But
has it helped?
No, not at all. It's worse.
That makes me so sad for you.
It's worse. Okay, but in early March, I did have a positive experience with airplane content on the internet. No, I just lost it. Let me go back. On the first weekend of March, there was a big storm in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was it wasn't like a hurricane or anything, but it was really windy and it did a lot. It affected a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a YouTube channel called Almost There, called LA Flights. And LA Flights, and they just they post videos of flying, and here I'm gonna read the description. I'm Peter, and I just started this channel in 2021 with my brother Joshua. We have a passion for everything that's aviation and have been plane spotting at LAX for more than 15 years. The only difference now is that we are filming and sharing with all of you, with all of you, the amazing planes we regularly see. Okay.
Regularly see.
Yeah, regular. Yes.
Shut up, dude. Hey, I say that because I'm following.
Oh, you're looking at it, dude. You're following. You're good. You
Not to correct you, but I want Peter's words to come through.
So this page, this channel had a viral moment during that big storm in the
98.6
UK
thousand.
because he was posted up at fuck, now I can't think what the airport is called. London Heathrow Airport. And he was like at the end of the runway, like where civilians can be. I mean, he wasn't like on the
He
airport
wasn't.
premises.
Yeah.
And he was watching airplanes come in, and like, so then this was the perspective, and then he would turn and watch them finish the landing. But because it was so windy, the planes were really flopping around.
Oh, I feel like I have seen those videos.
And a bunch of them had to like bail on the landing and go circle and land from another direction. Now, that in of itself is interesting to watch. What made it Shakespeare is that the guy behind the camera had this like Saturday Night Live character level of funny British accent. So like you would see like a plane come flopping in, and just behind the camera you would hear the guy be like, "There you go, mate. Get it. Come on, straighten out. It's just biscuit and tea, no trouble here. Come on now, do it, get it, big fella." And I like streamed it from my phone to the TV. I probably had it on the TV for like 10 hours that weekend.
Holy shit. It
was so fucking funny. The shit that came out of this guy's mouth.
Send me that. That sounds funny.
I will. I have to find it. It was absolutely hysterical. And it was like nice to have like a positive positive
plane experience
content. I was just like, oh, thank God.
I love positive plane content for you, because what I was whoever I was telling that to, I was like, dude, it hurts me that he's watching those. They're like, well, it's got to help some bit. I'm like, I don't think it does. I think it makes it worse.
Yeah, it does not help.
Because that would be like me watching videos of like deep sea ocean explorers. I'm like, I don't know if you know, I feel like it's not a thing that I tell people, but I'm like terrified of the ocean. And I feel like it's very warranted. People look at me, they're like, what are you scared of the ocean for? Like, I'm not afraid to get into the ocean, but open ocean.
Just the concept.
We know more about space than we know of the ocean. Like,
that's upsetting.
That's fucking horrifying. We've never been to the bottom of the ocean.
No, it has.
No. Oh.
The Titanic.
So
can I make a retraction?
Of course. We don't print retractions though.
LA flights is not the channel that did the British thing.
Oh. That was
the British thing is called Big Jet TV.
Big Jet TV.
It's called Big Jet TV.
What a bad
and I can explain my mistake. Big Jet TV was recording and was live and went viral during storm. It was called, the storm was, they named storms. It was called Storm Eunice, and that was in the middle of February.
Okay.
Because of my positive experience with Big Jet TV, I continued watching airport live streams, which is what led me to the other one,
LA flight.
So I have it pulled up, and what I'd like to do is just very briefly enjoy a clip here.
All right, let's see it.
And the guy's name.
Captain Ron, 5 planes on final. Kim and Konja, 577. Gary Hearn, Jay Urquhart, DJ Scott Surfer, 1966.
Yeah, give me some plane action. Oh. Are they talking? I can't hear anything. It's cutting. I can't hear it.
All right. Well, whatever.
Damn.
It's hilarious, and we're gonna slam the link here in the video description.
Well, don't worry. Text me the link, and I'll put it in the description.
Big
And
time. Anyway, that's some of my favorite YouTube business.
see, I knew you could. I knew you
Can I
could
make
talk
a
about
plug
that.
from ancient history that we're not even going to speak about? I'm just going to say it, and the old heads will know what I'm talking about.
Say it,
2 words: Derek comedy.
dude. When I tell you, I feel like I say this a lot. I have legit pissed my pants watching those videos.
Say the name of your favorite.
Oh man, I don't even know if I would say favorite because I feel like when I go back and like rediscover them for my brain,
Mm-hmm.
I find a different one is my favorite every time.
I
But
respect that.
I think one of my favorites is uh Girls Are Not to Be Trusted.
Yeah.
What's the other?
I usually flip flop between guns and the one where it's the 2 DJs getting attacked by a wolf.
I also really like the one where he talks about pooping in his pants.
Oh yeah, that one is good.
That
I mean,
one?
they're all good.
That one, I remember sitting at my parents' house, family computer in our computer room, and I didn't have headphones, so I'm just like playing this off the computer speakers, and it's like a 2-minute, 3-minute, maybe 4-minute video. I could not watch it all the way through. It took me like 20 minutes because I was laughing so like my sides were hurting. Every like fart noise, I was like hitting pause, and that's probably what I'm gonna do the rest of the night.
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I hear Beans he hears me talking about all our favorite shit on YouTube, but he wants to watch. So let's call it.
Yeah, no, of course. I knew you were gonna.
How long did I go on YouTube? A subject I supposedly hate.
52 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
I would say the first 15 to 20 were us vamping, but still a whole lot. And I think that is. Any more words before we sign off?
I mean, do the fart sound.
Of course.
Of course.
All right. We out this bitch.